Good morning, St. Francis, and good morning, people of God. It is Wednesday, October the 13th, 2021, Wednesday of the 28th week of the year, the 28th week in Ordinary Time. Coming to you from the back patio of the Rectory Friary, where the tinges of fall, the hues of fall are beginning to descend upon the dogwood over here, and a little bit upon the tops of the white birches behind me over here. It's a nice morning here on the back patio with little signs of fall all over the place. Today's readings are all about judgments, lots of judgments. The first reading from Romans, Paul cautions people about being judgmental and being too judgmental, because when we judge at times, we are judging only on the surface. We are not judging with full knowledge of what's happening and things that are going on. It is only God who can judge and judge rightly for the benefit and welfare of others, not to judge just to condemn, not to judge just to make people feel worse about themselves than they already do. The care with which a believer judges is the care for the whole person always, and that judgment then causing or helping to lead the other person to realize what can be done to make their life more enriching, more wonderful, more dignified, more valuable. That is not necessarily Jesus's tact, it seems, when he continues with this dinner that he is having with the Pharisees. Now we begin Luke's great woes to the Pharisees. Remember, yesterday he was invited to dinner, and be always careful when you invite Jesus to dinner, because it may not always be a pleasant experience. And so, unfortunately, it is not a pleasant experience for this Pharisee and for the other Pharisees who seem to have joined Jesus for dinner. Again, the spark of this was the question about washing hands, and was Jesus truly a good Jew, or something that went on because he didn't wash his hands before he ate. And Jesus basically saying, you people are only concerned with surfaces. You're only concerned with the outside and not caring about what's inside. And so the great woes begin today. A lot of woes about the things that Pharisees do to burden people's lives and not care about them. The woes that even lawyers do, because the lawyer speaks up and says, you're insulting us too. And Jesus says, I don't care. And all of this terrible hardship, which will also continue tomorrow, makes for a wonderful dinner party, which I am sure the Pharisee regretted inviting Jesus to. But again, it is this sense of Jesus' own judgment, perhaps, at times trying to awaken truth in people who are too obstinate, too stubborn, too unwilling to see about the truths about themselves. And that can happen with people who feel as though they are in control or have means or in some ways have influence within this world. To actually be challenged that they may not have as much control or influence as they might think they do can be very unnerving and unsettling and uncomfortable. Jesus meets, unfortunately, some of their arrogance head on. Does it make for a good dinner experience? Perhaps not. Will Jesus be invited again to that Pharisee's house? Perhaps not. What might happen because Jesus is so confrontational within this, we'll find out tomorrow. But the reality is, unless we are awakened, to what it is that can be more in our lives, we are basically just stuck at dead center without any kind of movement anywhere. And that causes us to basically struggle to continue to live, to struggle to continue to enjoy life, to struggle to continue to see the good and the wonder that this life has to give us. May the Lord give you his peace.